Hey guys, this is Jamie Lewis with O'Brien Realty, and this is your Southern Maryland real estate market update. So I pulled the data from the last 7 days, and so this applies to December 9th through the 15th. This is for residential resale real estate. So if you've watched before, you know that the new construction numbers tend to skew the data as a whole, and my goal here really is just to keep you informed and up to date as the market shifts what we're seeing. So I know that there's a lot of crazy headlines out there. Things can tend to get a little sensationalized, and so I want to kind of cut through the fluff and tell you what's real, what's happening here locally in Southern Maryland. So overall, for the last 7 days, we had 61 new listings, 20 properties get uploaded into the MLS and coming soon status, so those are not active yet but will be. 95 properties went under contract, 65 sold, and out of the properties that are still active for sale, there were 35 price decreases. So breaking down those sales, so 65 houses sold in all of Southern Maryland over the last 7 days, and that's actually the same number that sold the week before. But median sale price for those houses was $375,000, and that's up from the previous 7 days. The median price there was $350,000. Median days on market was 18, meaning that it took 18 days on the whole to get a contract for the houses that closed over December 9th through the 15th. And that is 3 less days than it took for my last update, so the ones that closed the 7 days before that. On average, properties sold for 96.2% of their original list price, and that's right in line with where it was the week before, which was 96.1% of original list price. So breaking it down by county, Calvert had 16 of the sales. Median price went up a lot from last time. So last time Calvert also had 16 sales, but the median price for those sales was $339,950. But this time it was $392,000. So that's a huge jump. Median days on market increased to 16. It took a little longer for those properties to go under contract. It had been at 11 on the previous update. On average, properties sold for 99.1% of their original list price, and that is up substantially again. For the last time, it was 93%. There's some big jumps there for Calvert from last week, but we'll just see as the month plays out if that has an effect overall when we get to the end of the month, when we compare it to what happened in November, where we're keeping track, you know? So we'll just see what happens. So taking a look at Charles County, we had 32 sales in the last 7 days, which is up just a bit. We had 28 in the first week of December. Median sale price dropped from $380 to $365. Median days on market down substantially though over the last 7 days. So it dropped from 27 to 14. So that's how many days it took for these properties to go under contract. On average, properties sold for 96% of their original list price, which is down just slightly. It had been at 97.8% in the first week of December. And finally, for St. Mary's, we had 18 sales in St. Mary's County over the last 7 days, and that's down quite a bit. Last time it was at 30 sales, but that also was kind of a huge jump for them. So, you know, we break things down week by week, but then we also look monthly on the whole. How are things shaping up and how they compare to the previous month. So that's how we track these trends and see what's happening in our local market. So we had median sale price dropped a little bit from $364,950 down to $347,500 in St. Mary's. And these ones took a little longer to go under contract too. Median days on market increasing to 26. They had been at 16 the first week of December. On average, properties sold for 94.2% of their original sales price, which is just lower than the first week of December. They were at 95.7%. So now for price decreases. 35 properties that are still actively for sale decreased in price over the last 7 days. And median days on market for those was 52. I hope you guys have as stress-free of a weekend as possible. And as always, if you have any specific questions, leave it in the comments or shoot me a message, all right? And stay tuned for the next update. Bye, guys.